One of the cool things about coming to our U.S. Law Shield seminars is we do a series of what we call Mythbusters. And that has to do with commonly held notions that are just, quite frankly, ridiculous and have no basis in the law. And a lot of that has to do with ammunition. There are so many wackadoo ideas about ammunition in their possession when it comes to Pennsylvania law that I'm just going to make it like really simple in this video. One of the questions that we get all the time is, what happens if I'm in a critical incident and I use hollow point ammunition? Can the prosecutor make an argument with that? Well, yeah, of course they can. They can make any argument that they want with some restriction, but it's going to be like a pretty silly one, right? You know, the idea of hollow point is expansion and controlled chaos, meaning that you're not going to over-penetrate like a full metal jacket around, so it's actually safer. In Pennsylvania, there is no law against carrying hollow points. In fact, it's probably the safest, best thing that you can do from a self-defense point of view. And the other question that we get is about hand loading. It doesn't matter. You know, you can supercharge plus P your rounds. You know, instead of your 3 grains of a tight group, you can make it 3.5. Under Pennsylvania law, they can make an argument, but I mean that first off, that would be very difficult for them to prove, and I don't know what type of argument with any educated defense attorney would be able to absolutely crush that. It's not like they could argue, or they could try and argue, but it'd be really silly that you're out looking, you know, to put holes in people or really blast them away or something like that. And that comes from an uneducated point of view, which a lot of prosecutors have never held a gun, never fired a gun, or if they have, it's like one time ever. So the other things that we want to do is talk about armor-piercing rounds. Under federal law, it's illegal to manufacture, import, or sell armor-piercing rounds, and we'll talk about what that means in another video, unless it's for the Department of State or for testing by the Attorney General or for exporting, of course, with a license. Under Pennsylvania law, it's illegal to use what is called KTW, Teflon-coated or other armor-piercing rounds when committing a crime of violence. So committing a crime of violence would be like robbing a bank or murdering. It basically gets in a world of additional trouble. The type of ammo does not change your justification analysis whatsoever. It still falls back to, under the totality of the circumstances, is it reasonable for you to believe at the time that you make the decision to use lethal force that you're in imminent fear of serious bodily injury, death, kidnapping, or sexual assault? If you are, and the answer is yes, then the types of rounds that you use, the caliber, you can use a 50 BMG, you can use a 20 millimeter, you can use a howitzer. It doesn't matter under Pennsylvania law. Lethal deadly force is lethal deadly force. 22 kill you just as much as a 50 BMG under the right circumstances. So that doesn't go into the analysis in terms of justification. And again, prosecutors can make, and I've heard them make all sorts of silly arguments, but that's why having an experienced criminal defense attorney like us at U.S. Law Shield is going to make all the difference in the world, because we can call the BS on all of that.